Hey guys, welcome back to DIY with me. Today we're going to make a cute little bunny topiary from a little foam bunny I found at Dollar Tree. These things are so cute. And what you're going to need is you're going to need a wooden skewer, some moss, which I got this moss at the Dollar Tree as well, and your hot glue gun. That is all you're going to. Also, if you notice, I have a container here because I know once I open up this moss, there's no going back. There's no putting it back in the box. It's rather to keep it in a container like this or a plastic bag, however you want. And of course, extra glue sticks. Now, the whole thing behind this cute little bunny is you see all these little bunny topiaries that people make, and they're covered with foam, and they're just so cute. They're so stinking cute. And they come in a pack of, I think, 6. I think there's 12 in a pack, but we're just going to make one today. So you can use another one for another craft later on. So with that, guys, I'm going to open up my moss, and I'm going to go ahead and, because I know I'm going to end up using this moss later, I'm going to go ahead and, once I open it, dump it into my container. So it's kind of contained and not all over the place. You notice I've got a mat down on my, I've got my cardboard down just because I know it's going to be all over the place. Now, what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of pull it off a little bit because you're going to be working with a little bit of small pieces. What I'm going to do, go ahead, is I'm going to take and I'm going to go ahead and put a hole in the bottom of my bunny. You're going to have to slowly work your way in. I could have easily put it with that, and I might turn around and do that because I know mine's just going in my little flowers over here in my office. But if you're going to stick it in the ground or anything, you might want to put the pointed end here. So I went ahead and put my bunny on my stick. Now, if you have something like a mason jar or something like that that you have that you want to put your bunny in while you're working on, you can 100% put it in the mason jar and work on it. But for us, it's not going to be feasible unless I move my camera up a little bit. Hoping and praying that it actually moves up for me, and it won't. There we go. I'll just move it up with my hand. So you have it so that it's up and you're standing up, so you're not having to constantly flip it around. You can put like a piece of styrofoam on the bottom of the thing just to kind of keep it contained. And I have this piece right here, but it's too big. So you're just going to hold this in place, and because that opening is so high, I'm going to actually come back and go over to my smaller mason jar and use my smaller mason jar for it. And I got to talk about this chair. Don't you just love my office chair? It has wheels on it. It's easy to work with, everything. I still don't know if I like the smaller one, the smaller jar, because I feel like it leans more. So I'm going to use the bigger one instead. I'm going to put this jar on the floor right here next to me. Hopefully I don't kick it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is with your hot glue gun, you're just going to start a starting point. I think I'm going to start right here. Just on this bunny, just start right here and put some layer of hot glue on. And then you're going to come. I mean, guys, this is an easy craft. You're going to come and you're just going to start covering the bunny with the moss. If you see there's a piece like that that's a little bit bigger, go ahead and add more glue. And it might be beneficial to you if you have more than one wooden skewer to use that to kind of put stuff down, put it down on the bunny. But what you're doing is you're just filling up the bunny with the moss. And of course, we got these pesky little glue strings that are all sticking out and all making life miserable for all of us, right? I don't like that. I want to lay it flat because I think I can work better with it flat. I think with it laying up, I can't work with it as well. I'm going to come back here, add a little bit more. And I'm going to take a little piece. And all you're doing is you're just covering the bunny. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom so that I don't have any surprises on the bottom. And we're going to cover it up. That one I may have a little bit got too much in it, so I'm going to pull it out a little bit. And see, this is the reason why I said to have something here so you can catch your extras so that when you're done with this craft, you can just easily dump it back in your container. I don't know why I keep going back to this glue gun, but I like this glue gun better than my other one, only because it has the on-off switch. Because the other day I forgot to unplug it, and I stuck my hand on the tip of the glue gun. Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. Luckily, it was only for like a split second, and then I was like, okay, I know what I did. Let me get back to it. So you're going to take it, and you're going to come over, once you've done the bottom, you're going to come over and just kind of get it to lay flat a little bit, because this one's not laying flat. Now it's stuck to my hands. And you, if you want later on, see, like it wasn't laying flat there. I know I'm going to need a new glue stick, so I'm going to go ahead and open that one up. Can we talk? Did you see my Apple Watch? Did you see my picture? Isn't my family beautiful? That's my family. That was taken several years ago at my middle daughter's college graduation party, actually. So we got that. And then I think now I can put that other piece of glue in. There we go. Hot glue is wonder, right? It's like my favorite tool to work with. Even though it hurts a lot, it's my favorite tool to work with. And look, I got hot glue on the top. I mean, I've got moss on the top of where the hot glue was. So when you're laying down your hot glue gun, look for your, make sure that no moss is hanging down there because it might get stuck to it. So right now we got half the bunny done, or 3/4 of the bunny done, I should say. I'm going to go ahead and finish out this side and the back. And I will say this moss stinks really bad. If you decide that you don't want to buy moss and you want to go outside and like source moss from outside, you 100% can. Where I live, we do have woods, but we also have, copperheads. So I'm really scared to go outside when it's wooded area and it's not a clear path, because they tend to blend in with the leaves. So yeah. So matter of fact, one year my daughter and we were out on the walking trail, which actually is cement, but literally I almost stepped on one because I was so focused on looking ahead that I didn't look down. And she said, "Mama," and I stopped. Something made me stop, and then she said, "Mama," and there was literally a baby copperhead. And they're probably the most venomous ones that you could possibly get. So yeah, that kind of took me from walking down that walking path. And every time we would take our dogs, and Gigi, who's very curious, would go and start sniffing in the ground, and I'm like, "Oh, please don't come out with a snake. Please don't come out with a snake." Yeah, so your bunny's going to be a little fat, which is okay. Now we have the back done. And if you want to trim it, that's fine. Now let's go back and let's start working on the definitions of the front while I get some of these strings off. So now we have this front here. And what's really cool about this is you can actually take a plastic egg, the eggs that your kids fill candy with and stuff. You can use one of those for a craft, and I do have a craft coming up with that soon. But you're just going to take and you're just going to fill in. You're just going to fill in the holes, and you're going to pull off the stuff. So we have, like, you see a little bit of white shining through, and if you don't want to use a lot of moss, you can always spray paint these green to begin with and then add in the moss very thinly. I'm adding it on pretty thick, but I think I'm going to end up, I think I just want like thin pieces for the, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out some thin pieces for the bunny's ears and stuff, because I don't want it really thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come back, and you're just going to come and do a little bit of definition. Yes, I use my chin a lot when I'm working. And you're going to actually come back after this and take your scissors and cut off the excess. you're going to shape it. So if you have garden shears or anything like that, that would be really great. I don't. So I'm just going to use my regular scissors to trim this up. Because right now it looks like a big ball of moss. And you're probably, if you use a bigger bunny, it will give you more definition. But because I only use a small one, it's not going to give us as much definition. So you really can't tell it's a bunny right now on this side. But once we start shaping it out, you can. You're just going to cover it all with moss. I'm just pulling out little pieces. I will say that this stuff stinks. So if you're susceptible to smell, I'm so sorry for this craft for you, because I am susceptible and I'm starting to smell them really bad. And it's like, ugh. And I cannot wait to turn on my candle and have that kind of clear out my, which we're going to actually be making a candle, one of the crafts soon. It'll be a new experience for me too. So I have it all done, but you look at it, it doesn't really look like a bunny, right? It doesn't. It looks just like a big old blob, right? So now I'm actually going to shut off my hot glue gun. And I'm just going to put this back in here. Everything that I just did. Yes, I am reusing my Betty's. See? And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to come and you're just going to start shaping out with your scissors. Like, I know that's his ears, so I'm just going to pull out and just start cutting. And it's like you're trimming your bushes, your garden bushes. And you're just trimming it out. And the thing is, you're doing it over your container so you can use this moss for another project. And you're just trimming him out and you're shaping it. You're like a little bonsai person and you're shaping your bonsai tree. And you're making it so that you're getting that definition in. Got a little bit off the back. I have a few pieces. And don't worry if it goes flying. Just try to keep it over as much as you can over your little container. You can use any kind of container. I just have this plastic container in here. And I knew that I could use this. And I'm going to, right here. And it's getting to the point now where it's starting to look a little bit like a bunny. I can see the definition of it, but it's still not. I would say if you're going to do this, try and see if you can find a moss that's maybe in a roll. They sell them in rolls, and then you can work them out that way. Or try to find, we'll try to do a fabric covered bunny as well, because I think that might be cool, or a yarn covered bunny. I think it's this piece right here that needs to be trimmed out, that we can see the ears. Like I said, if you don't want to use a lot of moss, you can actually come back and work on, what's the word I'm looking for? Spray paint your styrofoam before you actually do it. But see, there you go. You got a bunny. See the bunny? And all we did was do a little bit of trimming. So until next time, guys, be blessed. And most importantly, keep crafting. And I'll see you again. And please like and subscribe. Bye.